And early on, for the attacking side of XSET, they have their sights set on A.
On in the perfect spot, though. Fault line all the way from the side of elbow will stop everything happening fast. At the same time, the 0 point comes in through and not be active at all. Look at all the util stopped in your tracks. EMEA, there's no way to bring Star your Art Star back. This is going to be so tough. Just broken down. Han is there too with a few shots of her own. What a way to start off split.
Oh, no! No way! It takes her that long! Claudia! In towards this round.
Trying to make this round a little bit less crispy when it comes from the side of XSET. They want to make things roll smooth, going right past one of those gravity wells. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's going to be... Oh
again!
My goodness, another pressure cooker this time. This is tough. Not a single sightline seen. And Ellie's like, forget it. You want the pink shell ace? I got you. It's the Prime Gaming.
Did she pulls that one off? What was it even? Was it a grab well or a...
Right? So they have a nano swarm up top. They have that fault line coming in at any moment
Zones
as well.
them back.
If it was involved.
Wow.
Nano swarm stops them. They're up to preheat into an oven after the fact, and everyone gets cooked.
I barely caught that one, but I don't think XSET caught that one at all. They were completely unprepared. The bait and switch works perfectly. I think we've seen 3 kills with weapons thus far in 2
I was
rounds.
blinking, so I haven't even seen a single one so far personally. I don't want to remember the 3rd one specifically as well. We'll see what goes down. I'm just at a loss for words. Is there a way to, like, I think XSET's thinking, can we just, like, remake the first
another
2 rounds?
nade.
Can we go? Okay.
They're so afraid of it. Everyone's backing away. But you're not messing with that setup whatsoever. And talk of setups, there's another good one over towards the ramp. Crossfire, Lurk is shut down and punished. And here comes the showstopper. The utility is outrageous. Bungie is yet to use her gun, and she has 7 kills. That's absurd.
I'm not sure if I've heard more footsteps or more beeps from a raised paint shell this entire game. The first one coming through for Bungie is Spectre run and gun. Possibly scream and try to mimic the sound of a paint shell on the side of CLG, and it might cause someone on XSET to maybe back up and think twice.
All right, well, the players have to reset. We have to reset too. Floored by those first couple of rounds. But XSET now just on towards the pistols here. They want to try and split through mid over towards this A site. Wall goes up to zone, but guess what? All they've done is lock themselves into EMEA. She has util here to play off, and we know how potent that has been. In comes the aftershock, another kill with the mollies. The air fryer is activated. 500 degrees. It's a kiln at this point as everyone is burned out of the server except for Artstar. She's fought back into this one, and now guns are recovered. The spike is coming down, but the retake, it's underway quickly.
Boombot clearing over at elbow. It just seems like they have 6 more teammates every single round with all utility. Know exactly where Artstar is as well, trying to work off of her own incendiary, but it's too much. Not only are there shells flying in the air, nano swarms tearing apart your feet, but there's also guns and players you have to deal with on the side of XSET. It's too tough for them to break down. 4 for CLG. In such a fast pace.
Encounter it on out. One thing they haven't found just yet is how B main is played. And hey, it's the breach utility, it's Bungie pushing up, and it's an ult gained.
That's exactly right. When it comes to the Rolling Thunder, we saw how much value it provided before, and now all it's going to be is Bungie waiting on one side, being the bait. Han ready to rock the ground over. There come the shots. Bungie finds 2. The Rolling Thunder's not even needed. Save the ult. That shouldn't have been allowed at all. And they're going to be paranoid for maybe coming after the fact off the resurrection, but the value's there. Enough damage has been done. Bungie is just insane right now.
Bungie's on another level in this one. And look, they haven't even dealt with the information set up in towards mid. Trademark to get into heaven. Trademark to get into heaven on the other side as well.
Down?
You have to break something. You have to show something to get on through. And you notice the setup is as a result of that. Sure, that chamber was already down, so that utility will not be able to be used on through. Or it was actually the connection of that knife instead to get rid of the utility. But now, straight out to the site they come. EMEA dies early, so Rise, the pressure is on her. But the question is, do they know about her? Do they clear her? They tried to, but it's 1 for 1. Now that Rolling Thunder that we saw earned early is activated.
It's perfect, and they can't even move their mice The sense is too low off the rock on the ground. It's too much, and CLG perfect again. 5-0 with the rifles, perfectly paired with utility.
Is looking unstoppable, and that's off of the timeout. That's off of there being a little bit of time to change this on over. I love this for Bungie, because normally when you see like a play like that, they'll concede the space. Orb is the goal, you concede off that, but Bungie plays the weirdest of off angles. It gets 2 forward. Rolling Thunder in towards the late round.
So much time, a little bit of ammunition, and a lot of paranoia and trying to get your teammate back up. Time also not on their side. So much going down, and right now, XSET must just be foaming at the mouth. Big speeds rolling into B.
Double Sentinel is insane because they can stack 4 players towards B with like such little risk towards the A site. They have Amnesia's ult available, so they're okay to literally give away practically in the entire map here because they feel confident in their ability to win for these retakes.
Will it result in overconfidence is the big question. EMEA knows exactly what XSET are going to do. One player down, the next one ready to go. A nice readjustment on where she's going to actually be posting up. Turret's gonna watch everything on site. The alarm bot, anything close by if they really want to push screens. All she has to do is wait for XSET to try to make an overvalue play, playing off of that chamber trademark as well. Now, perfectly timed Nanoswarm coming in to separating both players on either side. They'll just play this retake. They're falling into this trap. The only person who has a little bit of a difference to make this round is Starry, but even she is getting weighted out and cleared by a player Rise on CLG. The backdoor strat they had denied. Yes, it's an eco 2, but it's still looking perfect from CLG.
This wall isn't going to do so much. CLG can just fight straight on forward. Nade in, that zone's Ellie in towards the open. She's cut down. Amnesia, her 3rd in the round, and Rise closes things on out. I love that setup for CLG. They fully commit towards B. They have a read, it's going to be there. They say, okay, that's fine. We have Amnesia locking down completely. There is not a single part of this map. There is not a single molecule of split that isn't covered by either a player or a piece of utility.
Are we playing with like beta rays? That's a prime gaming flawless coming in by CLG as well. No one going down. Perfect on an eco where you would assume bodies are thrown at walls to get at least 1 pick as well. I mean, it just seems like I'm seeing double the paint shells 24/7 on every round. I'm getting PTSD from the noise that's coming off of these rocks just thrown, splitting apart, doing damage 24/7. And CLG is just playing perfectly.
They don't even need the retake because they'll fight early on. Look at this. I love that opening gambit. You see that XSET is set up in a position where they're afraid of it. They're ready for it, but it's just a matter of conditioning. And all that gets a trademark on forward. That's contact for Bungie. Trademark slows, nade follows up.
Look at the difference of gameplay on this round as well from the side of CLG. Killjoy moved over towards that B side. A late toxic screen coming out. And although you can usually walk past this and be able to clear as much as possible, that won't be the case with the alarm bot and the Nanoswarms.
Bungie missing her nade in that setup is unfortunate because they should have had a free kill into Ellie. She was in towards that cubby. That nade hits. She's almost guaranteed dead. First little mistake, but still, it's not like it's a massively bad thing. That A push has still been dissuaded, and there's still plentiful utility that is yet to be found towards B. Look at the mini-map.
Okay, so there's one counter to the util play, and that's just to get KO inside in the way. 0 point coming in as well, so clearing off everything close by. This is the round that XSET finally gets to play, but if you only play 1 in every 7 rounds, it's going to be a problem. Artstar kind of hot off the rip. Will try to go for a few shots and miss, but it's all going to be good because she finds the true shots to rain. A big whiff a little bit from Rise, but then she gets her rains in as well. Looking good for now. The second heal coming in to get Ellie all the way up to 100 HP, and the lockdown here from Amnesia. This is util you can't really destroy unless you kind of have that breach coming in. This is going to be so tough.
They already used the Aftershock. It's not available to destroy this Killjoy lockdown. That feels like an oversight, but the flank through mid. That's big. Starrybun shuts down Rise. Continuing pressure over through mid could be massive. Claudia needs to win this, and she does. The second for her in this round, and now Han in a position to fight. Celia alone, the new addition, needs a clutch, but not to be. Is there time, though? This one's going to be close, but CLG got it. No worries. 7th round in a row. LG. So bit of trouble here as it will be that stim beacon for early space, but the nade again! How does she live? Just barely.
Look what's down. 2 blast packs to be able to get out of that, and what did it cost them?
And they put
1 Nanoswarm and 1 paint shell.
And look, too, they put forward a piece of utility. That alarm bot provides information. They can leave B main. They'll know if anyone ever walks back into that part of the map.
4 seconds left, and I think we'll see 1 person rotating. Yes, already watching that mini-map. Bungie is going straight towards A. Stays back a little bit because they might hear a few things over towards mid. Remember, there's a nanoswarm up here as well, and you can't really break it down unless you use those paint shells. Claudia finds a way to use Tour de Force and get it pick all the way towards that A ramp. Viper is down. That toxic screen not up. Yes, the nanoswarm won't be here to use. Look at how many things they have to destroy just to get on the site. How many little ticks of damage they're taking so the showstopper can find a little bit more. That splash rolling in. Top down is usually a disadvantage for the defensive side, but Bungie and Rise know exactly how to thrive. 2 big shots at hell and heaven above. They're controlling all aspects, all realms of this gameplay. And by the way, did I mention that Han still exists? And she can roll in and shoot some shots? Another pick found. Artstar with an orbital strike, usually something that's used to start off rounds, get big control. Seems lost in B-man as Bungie finds another to make it 8-0.
Think about breaking their money. This has been wild thus far. CLG on this setup. It's an Astra utility that I feel like has found so much value. I was kind of a doubter on the Astra. I think you can have some issues with a Soul Astra,